to the Zen Tiger training channel here. Thank you for coming. Let's begin this session. Left hand over right with a slight bow. There we go. So if you guys have been checking out my videos, obviously you're someone who enjoys martial arts in general, but more specifically, you're probably a practitioner of this style that I train. Moh Pai Kempo Kung Fu, Moh Pai Shih. It goes by a number of different names depending on your school or your teacher. So today I want to get into one of the most basic forms that you learn early in your training. Now I use the term basic carefully. We'll get into that in a moment. But that's the Kempo form, or Kempo 1, which is also referred to as the Awakening the Dragon set. This is an example of the hard side of the art. In a previous video I demonstrated the dragon form, the lung 1, that's the soft side. So here, let me demonstrate it for you to start. That's the Kempo form, Kempo 1. Now that form probably looks mostly how you've done it, but there might be some variations to that. And the reason is that I've been training this form. I probably learned it over 27 years ago is when I learned it. When you've been training a form like that a long time, it starts to develop a mind or a style of its own. This is a living art that we train. And when you've trained it for a long time, eventually you are going to develop your own style. So this form, Kempo form, we learn, well, we would teach it to a white belt, someone who's progressing on to yellow. However, at its heart, it is not a yellow belt form. In my opinion, this is really a black belt form. Once you understand all the different applications and different ways that this form can be trained. So let's start with the beginning here. Now I did this demonstration breath here, which is something that you do at a more advanced level. But the more basic variation of the form, after I bow and look and step here, is I just set the arms like so. Basically preparing for this classic downward foot block position. At the same time, all right, my left knee comes to a crane, and I set like so. From here, I lift the arm up, trapping the wrist here on my right elbow. I sweep, downward foot block, step, thrust punch. All right, now it's its most basic form. Let's try that a few times. Bow, look, step. All right, 1, 2, sweep, block, punch. Good. And again. Bow, look, set the arms. Good. And again. Good. Let me do it facing the other direction for you. From here I bow, I look, I step to the side. All right, that could be a feint, making this person think I'm paying attention to this guy. Then right away dealing with the one in front. Bow, look, step, do it with me. 1, 2, step, punch. Good. And again. Good. One more time. Ready? Good. So that's the first quarter of this form. Now, this form is designed to teach you coordination, putting some of the basic motions together, but it's also putting combinations together to prepare you for dealing with multiple attackers. All right, that's the foundation to any good self-defense style. And that's the core of the Moh Pai system. All right, so again, I bow, I look at this guy, then I deal with the guy in front, sweep, and deal with this opponent here. From here, the next motion at its base, there's a grab. Then I lift to a crane, vertical punch, sweep, inside hooking block, punch. That's the second part. So again, grab, punch, sweep, and set. And again, 1. Good. Training best technique you can. 2. And again. Ready? 3. 2 more times. Ready? 4. And once more. Ready? 5. All right. Now, the first two sections here. Let's talk a little bit about these sweeps. There's more than one way to teach them or to train them. When you first learn it, it's come to the crane, turn, step, all right? Once you get good at that and you're trying to add speed to it, you need to add a little bit of a snap to it. Come in and a snapping motion. Now, you can treat this more like a pointed knee, where I'm driving the knee forward into the opponent, or you can treat it more like a sweep, either sweeping a kick, or potentially that could be a strike. And now we're getting into the black belt applications of it. Now, if you're a white belt and you're learning this form for the beginning, stick to the basics. Train this form. No joke, hundreds, thousands of times, all right, before you really start to play with it. However, if you've been training this style for years and you're looking to build on it, looking to take it to the next level, all right, then you're going to want to pay attention to some of the more intricate details. So I step, look, all right. So again, as I sweep, I can either sweep big or lift and push the knee forward. Block, punch, grab, strike here. From here again, I can either sweep it out or turn the knee and drill forward. Inside hooking block, punch. Okay, now some of you may say, that's not the version I learned. Maybe you learned a version where from here you sweep, backhand, step, punch. That's how actually I learned it in my very first class 27 years ago, was here, sweep, strike, punch. And then I was told by another instructor the next week not to do that anymore. So I've actually kind of taken that out of my stuff. But maybe that's something that you do. Strike, bam, punch. From here, the third section. It's learned as a simple cross step to start. All right, I grab again, vertical punch, reverse hooking block, turn, outside forearm rising, step punch, like so. Let's try it facing this way. This is how we ended up. Cross step. Oh, I forgot the grab. No, here, cross step, then grab, vertical punch, reverse hook, outside forearm rising, punch. All right, try it again. Ready? Cross step, punch, snap, outside forearm rising, punch. Now, once you've trained that a lot, turn that cross step into a strike. All right? You're either foot checking or you're drilling your heel into the opponent. From here, drill that vertical punch in. Now, I have seen in some styles where this is a grab rather than a snap back, especially old school Zen karate or early Master Simon students. You'll see versions of Kempo with this grab, all right? Or the pullback. Outside forearm rising, punch. All right, let's try that 5 times. 1. And again. Ready? 2. And again. Ready? 3. This is how you should be practicing your form. Breaking each section down and training it over and over. 4. Good. Now as we add speed, I'm starting to tighten the motions up. All right. 5. Good. So that's the third quarter of the form. Let's put it all together here from the beginning. Bow. Look. Set. 1, 2. Sweep. Strike. Grab. Punch. Block. Strike. Grab. Check. Drill. Rising. Punch. From here to the last section. Lift to a crane. Inside hook. Step punch. Now I know you're saying right away, Charlton, that's not how you did it the first time. No, it's not. From here, I've added this catch. Bam. That's how I train my Kempo. That's one of 4 or 5 versions of this form that I've seen and trained. And that's something that I've made as a permanent change to my particular style. All right, I recommend you go the way you know, the way you've been taught, especially if you're a younger belt in your system. But if you train for a long time and you want to unlock a few things that are within your form, feel free to try that. So again, so from here what I'm actually doing is coming across the hip. This is the basic. Inside hooking block, punch. All right? So again, I was here actually in a right bow, cross, inside hook, step punch. All right. I have seen some people train their form where they turn right into it. All right, and that's fine if you want to do it that way. But that's more advanced. If you only train it this way, then you're never going to get the longer version applications if you always do the short version. However, if we remember in the first motion I did the sweep, so why not the third time train the turn in? That's up to you. Have I confused you yet? We'll put it all together here. So a basic version, lift, turn, inside hook, step punch. All right, advance, turn into it, step punch, and if you want to get a little more advanced, you can do something like that. Ready? Come across, inside hook, step punch. All right, let's put it all together. 4 sections. Now, there's your fake. Looking to the side. Oh, dealing with the first guy. Dealing with the second guy. Dealing with the third guy. Fourth and fifth guy. Then and then. All right, that's the Zen Tiger Kempo 1. Up. Okay, let's go back to the white belt version. This is the one again. I learned this and trained this one for years. Very basic. The most basic version. Then to neutral. Notice how my right hand stayed where it was. Turning the wrist, palm out, strike, grab. There we go. I remember one instructor, before I became an instructor, stretch your arms out, strike him in the face, grab his eyes, stick them in your pockets. I don't know if that application would actually work. So again, all together. Try and stay with me. I'm going slow. Step. Strike. Boom. Are you doing it with me? I hope so. Good. So again, that is the white belt version. And then I've shown you some things you can add to it. We can add the breath. Now, instead of this first motion where I just turn the hands like this, there's one where I actually strike in, and that's the one I did the very first time. So I looked, breathe, and then chamber. Bam. All right, catch, sweep, block, punch. All right. I know in one style, they've changed theirs somewhat. They start like this. All right, sweep, reverse hook, tiger mouth. All right, tiger, grab, tiger, check, tiger. All right, I've seen that. That's how they teach all their students. I believe that's Shaolin White Tiger does it, something like that. I haven't practiced that version too much. You could modify yours to make it Simon style, where you're going to drill, catch, all right, boom, strike, boom. All right, build on it from there, all right, without getting too much into that. Then you can make it a little more old school, right, more karate. Remember old school? Notice I'm doing a vertical punch. I actually prefer that punch. All right, you'll see a more traditional forms of Kung Fu. They don't train this Cantonese corkscrew as it's referred to. They'll do the vertical punch and then up and finish, all right? Or from here, go into Kempo 2. Again, some of my own flourishes there. All right, and then the Zen Tiger full version. This is where we're going to add the breaking the branch, followed by the vertical punch, all right? Working with cycling the energy. This is adding more internal style Jing Yi into our motions here. So that I set. 1, 2, step, roll, bam, strike, roll, bam, Boom, and then here, catch. That's combining a few different things. You can do that catch here, cross, outside form, rising, catch, drill into it, bam, in. All right, and then finish. So that's your Kempo 1 form. And then we get into applications, right? This first motion here, very simple. Oh, there's an application. From here, bam, there it is. Very simple. Dealing with a kick, all right? Turning in, all right? Pushing that knee, drilling into the opponent, or strike. Boom, who says I have to step into the punch? Bam, here, then, boom. All right? A couple of very base applications there of your first part. Try it again, right? Deal with that guy, boom, deal with that guy, boom, boom. All right, and then follow through. Now the second guy, we could train the sweep or check. Drill in, grab, boom. Here, I could grab, boom, here, right? Strike through, boom, here. Now, I'm here, block here, step away, evade, around, and then punch. But who says I have to lead, all right, with the right arm? Maybe I lead with the elbow. There's my cover, drill. Follow through, point to knee, bam. Then this guy, boom, catch. That's the advanced version. That's the basic version. Somewhere in between. Blocking all in one motion. Boom, combative both. Drill, through. And then finish. And set. So there, I've shown you the basis of the Kempo form, Awakening the Dragon, from a yellow belt form and into black belt applications. All right. Now, I don't run my own school. All right. I am out of practice. All right. Which means that my timing, my speed, my accuracy, my power, it's not where I would like it to be. And the knowledge is there. Though I'll be honest, it takes a while to bring it out. And I've certainly forgotten a few things. But by training other styles, I have adjusted my style as well. And this is what I highly recommend you do. If the only style you've ever trained is Simon style, Moh Kempo, or Shih, right? If you've been training that for years, go train another style. It'll open your eyes. You'll find what works, and there's a lot that works, and you'll find what doesn't work, right? And you'll adjust the style to suit you, because no style is perfect, all right? It's up to the individual to take what works for them. Okay, so now we have to add the final part, well, not the final part, but an important part, and that's the breathing. 4 quarters, 4 breaths. All right, I breathe in and out if I'm doing this version. All right, then a short breath in, combative breath. Nice! Sound focus. Or hold and breathe out. 2 different ways of training. One training for the mind to emphasize the strike. Another, hold for power, but then breathe after. Yeah. All right. You can also train it this way. Bow. Breathe in. So that's doing more or less 1 breath per quarter. Or you could double up the breathing. All right, bow. Another way to train. All right, and then we get into Simon style and my interpretation of it. Along with my partner in crime, Mark Mandrusiak. Because of the COVID issues that we've been dealing with, he and I haven't got together to train for a while. Hopefully we'll get together soon and put a video together for everyone. But he and I started to really think about Simon's system, his weapons defense, his knife defenses, his catches, his locks. And that's where we started to think about what would we do here. Boom, step, boom, right, bam, catch, boom, step, boom, bam, catch, boom. All right? Now, I just did that off the cuff. I haven't trained it fully like that in years. So some of those some of those catches were a little bit misplaced. But that's the idea, right? Who's to say that this first motion has to be a downward foot block? Why not from here, right? Boom, hammer fist for power, right? And that pulls you into the next motion. We haven't really talked about that yet, where I step and the arms pull me in. Oh, and then there's the throw. I just thought of that one. Rather than the sweep, drill in and turn, all right? This is where I step, maybe stiff swing, knock them off balance, and then drill in, all right? Stiff swing in and set, or maybe from here, get into something very advanced. Careful though, it's one thing to practice that, another thing to actually do that, right? You wanna make sure you condition yourself, piece of bamboo, train the arms, all right? Get into all your catches and training. I'm showboating a little bit, all right? But I'm having fun. I'm re-inspiring myself, all right? I'm using my art, my training to relieve my stress. These are stressful times. Even though lots of cities, lots of countries around the world are starting to open themselves up, it's still very stressful. And I had two choices. I could sit on the couch, drink beer all day, all right? Or I could relieve my anxiety and my stress. For me personally, there's no better way than training the art that I learned to love. That's it for today's lesson. I've talked enough, all right? So, you know what? Let's do it a couple times together. Basic version. So I'm going to face the same way as you, all right? So bow. Again, we're doing the white belt version. Step. Bang. Do it with me. Bang. 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 There we go. Good. Now with breathing and a sound focus on the 4 strikes. Hey! 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 Good. Now the last time, I want you to train mind following. This is that point where you don't actually think about what you're doing. The mind goes off, the body goes off and does the motion. And the mind is following it. This is muscle memory when you've trained it often enough. And this is where some of the different applications, all right, may come through to what you're doing, okay? So I'll tell you what, let's turn this into a bit of a workout. We'll do it 5 times, all right? Full speed, full power, all right? I hope I don't embarrass myself. And go the way you know, all right? Yeah! 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 That's one. Let's do another one. Change direction. Yeah! 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 That's 2. All right, stay with me now. Hey! 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 That's 3. 2 more to go. Come on. Ready? Yeah! 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 Good. And the last one. Ready? Breathing. Hey! Hey! Good stuff. Breathe in and out. And again and out. Butterfly breathing. And out. And again, in and out. I shared a lot of information with you in the last 10 minutes. Some people out there might feel I've shared too much with you, but you know what? To the untrained eye or the unpracticed mind, it really doesn't matter, all right? And a little bit of knowledge is a dangerous thing. I trained this style full-time for 10 years, all right? And then I've trained it part-time for 15 years since, and I've trained other styles on top of that, all right? Used to be a teacher of it. So, make sure you're trained to your level. Make sure you practice the basics. Stick to the basics, all right, before you start adding, all right, things that are more advanced. This is important. All right, good enough. Watch my other videos. Watch them in order. Practice your lung form. All right, work on your endurance. We'll see you again.